Welcome back to Build a Bag. We're going on to Fairway drivers today. I've got, needless to say, probably more than I need. But we're going to throw all of them because, you know what, I can. So, got a big old field bag, got everything else that's in my bag. I'm just going to throw and then I'll recap my favorites later. couple things ended up getting changed, and I did add a couple. Overall, same number of fairways. A couple additions, a couple substitutions. So, starting off with the kind of more overstable side, my felons, I love these for forehands. The only disc in my bag that I carry in 2 different plastics. This is a Fusion X felon. This is the first felon I got. You know, I always put my thumb in the same place when I throw it, whether it's a backhand or a forehand. My thumb sits in the same place. But I love these discs for always dumping if it's a backhand, or with a slight flex to just dump forehand as well, with a lot of skip and then a little skip. 2 additions to the bag, kind of similar, although the numbers on these I think both lie. This is a disc I've had for a little bit. I've thrown it in and out a couple of times, and I haven't come to like it until today. It's a very nice straight to slight turn, but will then always come back. But I love throwing this and comparing it to this Axiom Wrath. These 2 discs are very similar. I would say the main difference between the Blade and the Wrath, the Wrath feels like it's meant to be put on flex lines. You could hyzer it. This seems like it's going to be a very solid disc for backhand hyzer shots and slight flex lines. As for my primary, say, understable to turnover disc, be a Castoplastic Falk, the more beat-in they get, obviously the more flippy they get. But I do have another brand new one that I have as a backup, and these K1 line Falks do beat in pretty quickly, so I'll probably end up cycling through a bunch of these during this season. Moving down to the slower discs, this Evader, I would say, is a slower Wrath or a slower Blade. Just because it's a 7-speed, it doesn't like to glide as much. It's still got a little bit of overstability. Late flight does also like the flex lines. Not as much as the Wrath or the Blade does, but it still likes slight flex lines. But then again, if I really wanted to, I could use it for a hyzer shot, but I also love this disc for forehand because it's a slower, more overstable disc that grips nice in the hand for backhand and forehand. For the last disc, I got an MVP servo, specifically in plasma plastic. Plasma plastic feels really nice. It's got a little bit of flex to it, not super overstable, has a nice bit of turn, but then for those nice dead straight, short fairway shots, I can get it dead straight with a slight flex, but then can trust it to come back at the end. As for some alternate discs that I might be throwing in and out of my bag, start with the Hooligan Thread. This is a very touchy disc. Trying to throw it at a 9 speed is a perfect hyzer flip to turn disc, or with enough hyzer just to flip up to flat. And of course, I've got extra Wrath, an extra Falk, like I mentioned earlier. If I really feel like I need a replacement for this felon, I've got 2 C-Line Discmania PDs that can get the job done just as well as that felon can. They love to fight to the ground and just flare skip, but 2 super overstable discs that I think could rotate in and out of my bag with this felon, or maybe with something else depending on what I need. That'll do it for fairways. Next time is distance drivers.